Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of My DeFi Pet. Today we are talking about the egg situation in My DeFi Pet. I see a lot of chat in the Telegram, a lot of fear over the fact that there is not a limited supply of eggs currently, and that's going to cause a problem potentially in the fact that if you have loads of them, then it creates no demand for them when the marketplace comes live. So the more people that are able to buy them, the less the price is going to be. But if you made it a limited supply, eventually that would cut off, and then you'd have to buy via the market, and that's going to increase the price of your pets, the value of them. Now, originally, some of you might not know this if you weren't in the early starts of the game. Originally, the idea was, and I'm not sure whether this is ever going to come to change, it was that it would be 3D pets purchase an egg, and eventually it would be changed to 100 Dpet per egg. Huge change. We have had over 1 million eggs hatched in My DeFi Pet on the Binance Smart Chain alone. So over 1 million pets in circulation at the moment. If you rose the price to 100 Dpet, I mean, it's a huge increase, isn't it? Let's calculate it. Divided by 3. It's a 33x. So the value of the pets would become 33 times more valuable. And your price would be that then, or slightly less, on the marketplace for people to purchase your pets. Whether they're going to stick to that, I'm not sure. I think the value of an egg then would become $800 per egg. Wait, no. Yeah, $800 per egg at current price. And that would be, too expensive for any new player to start. The fact that with a full setup, so if we go to mine, change it to, I think it's having problems showing Chrome. Oh no, it's back. It's working again. So when you're setting up a brand new account, it requires you to have a lot of pets. Let's just go on Cardi Chain. It requires you to have a lot of pets to be able to start. So I currently have about 15 farms and cages, and there's 3 to every single one. So 45 pets is what's required for you to be able to farm silver, and then that in turn obviously helps you farm food, which to feed the pets to make them stronger. If the price was ever increased to 100, you would see the daily active users increasing at a really slow rate, potentially even dead, because I don't think many people would be able to afford it. But obviously it depends whether you'd be getting your pets for this to be able to farm and level up, or whether you would just be getting them to battle, or seeing them as an investment that you could sell on down the line. When we compare it to the likes of Axie Infinity, it costs a lot to purchase pets on that. I know before the breeding function came in, it was probably more expensive, and that's going to be something that we could see the price of these being at the same value, which would be crazy for anybody who has purchased a lot of pets. Now, in terms of when the marketplace comes live, if you take away that 100 Dpet egg potential, we do have the fact that whether 1 million pets is really going to bring the value of these pets down, and whether it's too much, whether it's an oversupply. So what I wanted to think about is if we got 1 million pets, then there's only going to be a small portion of those pets that are going to be really, really rare, because we've got currently estimated about a 1% drop rate for an aura pet, so that's one with that element around them, and about 2% for one with an outline. And so 1% of 1 million is what, 100? No, 10,000? 10,000. So there'd be 10,000 of those pets that would be aura or elemental. Is it 10,000? Yes, 10,000. So 10,000 of those would be aura. Now that's quite a lot, but if you divide that by the daily users, now this is way back in July. This article came out on Medium, where they announced that they have 30,000 active accounts and over 650,000 pets at that time. So it's probably double now. So it's probably 60,000. So if we divide that by 60,000 and then times it by 0.01%, there is a 0.16 elemental aura between each of those users. Dang, that seems small. Is that right? So we've got 1 million users. 1 million users. And we have about 60,000 active users, active accounts. And yeah, so it means the average person is going to have 0.16. And that's really significant when you think about what you're going to need in your army. You know, potentially for the big boss battle, you need 10 pets. So you ideally want 10 really strong pets. And when it comes to PvP, you'll probably want 4 or 5. If we go to the white paper, I think it shows us how many they are planning to have. So 4 pets we see here, 4v4. So you would be required to have 4. So whilst it seems like there are a lot of eggs in supply, the rarities of these things means that I don't think at the moment there is an oversupply ore. And I want to illustrate that even further by thinking about how rare it is then to get an aura or an outline pet that has full gear. So obviously, if you lose a wings or if you lose pendant amulet, your stats are going to go down. So you might have an elemental pet, an aura, but that it might actually have no gear on it, and therefore it's just got this special ability potentially, and it doesn't have the stats to back it up. So the drop rate of a full gear pet is considerably lower. So looking at the past 20 eggs that I've hatched, there's about 3 in 10, so 6 out of the 20 have full gear. So then you're looking at, out of those million eggs, that there is a 1% chance that it will be an aura pet, but then you've got to times it by 0.3 will be likely to have an actual full gear. So that's 3,300. Now spread across 60,000 users, 3,500 divided by 60,000. There's a 0.05% of users will have one full pet with aura. There is not too many eggs in surplus. There's not. There's just not, because it's very unlikely that somebody's going to have, a huge amount of aura or outline pets with full gear. So at the moment, I think when the marketplace comes live, it's still going to be something that is very much in demand. Now, those odds that I've created don't take into account that early players from day one, like myself, have have actually got a lot of those pets because they hatched at full gear when it pre-release. All the eggs that you hatched had full gear, so you did taking away that 0.3 odds, you know, and timesing it back, and so you're probably gonna see there are more than that amount in, more than 3,500 in those million eggs that have been hatched that have full gear, but still very, very rare. And you know, you can do the same for outline pets, are probably going to be double that amount, so 0.10 percent of users will have a full gear outline pet. But just goes to show that the eggs aren't rare. But if they do, you can see then, if you take those pets and you make eggs 100 Dpet for new players to hatch, the value of them is, it could be insane. They could be worth so much because that's so rare. That's not even taking into account that some of those first editions have some of the partnerships logos on them. Some of them look really cool. Like, I really love my Aura Tiger that has spark wings. It just looks cool, and they're going to be even rarer, so potentially the value could be even more than that. I mean, if you work on, if it was 0.05%, wait, no, if we take the 1 million eggs, 1% is usually you would times then 3 by 300, which is how much Dpet it costs. Right, 3 by 300. If it's 1% chance, if it's 1% chance, so therefore your egg is 100 times 3. Oh god. 100 times 3. Those elements are worth, the auras are worth $3,300. But then if you take into account full gear, you got to times that by 3 again, which would make it 900 Dpet. Sorry, not dollars. 900 Dpet. And then if you took into account the rarity of a logo, maybe even more. I mean, 900 times 8 current dollars, $7,200 those pets could go for. Likely be less, because people using 900 Dpet would be potentially pull one in that time and have loads of other pets as well. So it would be less, but still pretty high for a digital asset and NFT. I'm going to be excited when I really want to see how the marketplace plays out in my DeFi pet, what value people do put on these rare pets, and I will be probably selling off a fair bit of my pets, because I do have an oversupply of pets and full gear that other people could be using and I don't need. So I might be able to then use that Dpet to evolve and breed and see if I can get any further pets with some of the good outlines and auras. Maybe I'm still yet to breed an aura outline pet. Okay, well that's all for this one. Hope you guys have enjoyed this discussion. Let me know your thoughts based on this analysis of Dpet tokens and eggs and supply. It'd be really interesting to have just a bit of a conversation in the comments section down below. Well, if you have enjoyed it, please leave a like on the video. It always helps the channel out. Hit subscribe if you want to keep up to date with future content. That is all from me. See you guys soon.